Okay, this is game two between Genie and Radiowaves. In the bottom right of this rather large map is Radiowaves, the Zerg player, sending his overlord to the left to scout his opponent, Genie, the Protoss player. In the last game, we saw both players start the game pretty standard, nothing very weird, no cheeses, no kind of early aggression really. So I'm curious to see whether we'll see a repeat of that in this game or something slightly different. Radiowave's going gas first, and normally if I'm playing Zerg and I've gone gas first, it's because I'm looking to get out heinously quick ling speed so that I can get up and in my opponent's face with fast lings as early as possible. Roughly, if you drop your spawning pool at the same time as throwing 3 workers into gas, you've got enough gas to research speed as soon as your spawning pool has finished. But Radiowaves does not have a spawning pool building, so I don't know what that gas is about. I don't know. The Protoss, meanwhile, going pretty standard. We've got the gateway up here, we've got the forge here. On the low ground, this pylon is coming down. In the last game, we saw him effectively use 4 cannons, which I thought was overkill, but it worked. It kept his opponent out, so we might see a repeat of that. Single gas for the Protoss, so not looking likely that he's going for anything too cheesy. I think we're going to see a relatively straightforward wall being built here with an expand behind it, and possibly some similar play to the last game. This isn't a bad map actually for carriers and the likes, because you've got all this dead space at the back. Similarly, from the Zerg's point of view, it's not a bad map for Mutalisks, because this distance across here, the flight time is relatively short. And of course, if your opponent built a big wall in the last game, well, why not fly? So let's see how it unfolds. This worker surely going for the expand. Yes, he is. So that coming down at just shy of 2.5 minutes. Everything looking just remarkably normal, really. The Queen is building. Both of the players are doing a pretty good job of taking up a robo. Was there a robo in the last game? I don't think there was. I don't think I saw a robo facility in the last game. So already we've got a deviation from how it was before. Genie does appear to be building this wall. And again, at this early stage, really, like a single cannon and a zealot is going to see most stuff off. And with a mothership core as well, it will see everything that's likely to turn up this early in the game. It'll see it all off. So, I can't help but feel that you should really get the expand done a bit quicker and have less stuff in this wall. An Adept is going to join his zealoty friend at the front line here, and everybody knows that Adepts are great against Lings, as are Zealots. The hatchery about to finish up, will be finishing up significantly before the Protoss will have an expand. In the production tab, we can see that our Zerg player is still building drones. Our Protoss player appears to have stopped, which is, as everybody knows, sacrilege. It's actually an arrestable offense in Korea to stop building drones until you've got 3 bases saturated. I think some people have done time for that. These Lings are coming across the map, and they do have speed. They are moving pretty quickly. Now, are they going to run against the wall, or are they going to run straight past it? Yeah, I don't think that gap was supposed to be there, was it? Oh no, there's no zealot blocking. So in they go. Run the workers fast. That's a good reaction from Genie. But he needs to get something over there to do the killing. Run the workers toward the mothership core. Unfortunately, there isn't a pylon over here. Running the workers isn't going to work for you if you then just make them stationary. I like the mineral walk past, but you're going to lose a lot of these. Where's the zealot and the adept, man? Where are they? Here they come at last. That is an awful lot of worker kills. I think the better plan was to run the workers out of there completely, just down into this area, and hope that the Lings follow, and then send your forces up to attack. So that was somewhat painful to watch. That's a lot of dead workers, and just look what that's done to the income tab. That could be curtains. That could be the end of this game, really. That could be the decisive move already done. So There are another whole bunch of lings ready to go. Yeah, yeah, that is right. And to be honest, you know how few workers your opponent has got. I'd be inclined to send those links straight across. Even if you just trade them for these units, you can afford to replace units. Your opponent can't. So why not go for it? But I guess the counter argument to that is you've done a lot of damage. So sit back and build upon your economic lead that you undoubtedly have at this stage, and that isn't a bad choice either. So roaches are in production now. This observer, however, is going to come in and have, oh look at that, is seriously going to have a thorough look around, even over here and everywhere he's looking around. So that's fine. The lair is finished, so that means roach speed can be researched. We've also got +1 melee being researched. No, I don't know about that. If you're building roaches, why not go for the missile attack? But I suppose there's still a significant number of lings, and who knows, maybe there are more to come. Carapace being researched, which is definitely a good choice. Immortals coming out, so the power of scouting, the fact that that observer has seen that there's roaches coming. Immortals are a great choice against roaches. They are terrible against lings though. So this is in a position to seal this ramp, but these cannons are not going to do anything to protect your mineral line if everything runs past. These units are coming into position as well. I want the mothership core to be there, ready to overcharge these. I thought the Zerg was coming, but maybe he changed his mind. Maybe I just imagined it. Maybe I dreamt it. Maybe I saw this and thought, dun, 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 dun. Who knows? So the observer comes back for another look, sees the infestation pit. Genie will have to click on these to know what they are, but if he does click on them, it will tell him down at the bottom here what it is that he's clicked on. Yeah, you've got to be pretty good to recognize from the size of them exactly what they are. The spire with a pretty small footprint there. But I guess arguably you could. So if Genie goes back and looks at his opponent's base now, this is what he sees, these blobs, and he may or may not know what those are. If he clicked on them at the time, he will know. Anyway, production wise, Genie is building 2 workers at a time. This man is getting towards saturated. He's going to be feeling the pinch on the gas front, and I think I'd transfer a few more workers into gas at this stage. You've got 12 mining here and 8 here, 20 workers mining minerals and only 1 mining gas. He has now transferred some into gas, so that's good. The spire is coming up for the Zerg player, and I agree with that a lot, but for me the mistake the Zerg is making here is not building workers. You had an economical advantage earlier with the damage that you did, but by sitting and not building any workers, the income tab is now pretty much even. If you've done that damage at the start, it's easy to fall into the trap of just assuming that for the rest of the game you've got some sort of advantage. But at this stage, that advantage doesn't really exist anymore. And yeah, okay, he's got some army. He's got more army than his opponent. But trying to attack into this with the 2 cannons, with the mothership able to overcharge these, I don't think it would go particularly well. So I think the Zerg needs to be really careful. Where is this Nidus going to come out though? Oh, a Nidus play in this corner could literally be just devastating. This could be terminal. This observer coming back home, I think. Did he see the Nidus? Did he see it? I don't know. This Overlord's in a good position to plant the Nidus in this corner. Perhaps he's just going to use the Nidus for quick transport across the map, but I'd really like to see him just dump a load of stuff into the corner here, for example, and just have links suddenly appear in your opponent's base. So damaging. Alternatively, roaches appear in the base, and when you come to clear it up, the lings run in through the front door to sack your mineral line down here in the natural. Either way around, it can be absolutely devastating. So I'm not sure if he's maybe waiting for this melee upgrade to finish. he has upgraded faster movement for his Hydras. I didn't think he actually had any Hydras. Maybe he's just, future-proofing a little bit. The Spire is up, and I think I saw Corruptors being built, so maybe he's got the fear that his opponent is going to be going into carriers as he did before. What is this coming down? A Dark Shrine being thrown down, when behind. Dark Shrine. Dark Shrines can dig you out of all sorts of problems. But look, both of these players will shortly have Korean, special forces knocking on the door saying, why did you stop building workers? Why did you do that? Did you have so much money in the bank that you thought, do you know what, I don't need any more money? Is that what you thought? And I don't know, man. I don't know what they're thinking. I don't know. Look, Zerg, look, you've got like less than 100 minerals, less than 100 gas. Build more workers. Simple as that. Don't take your finger off the drone button until you are fully saturated on 3 bases. So this bunch of stuff that is gathering here, does the Protoss player know about this? I don't think so. The observer's in the middle of the map in a good position to catch anything walking across the map, but stuff that is in a Nidus is not going to be seen by that. Like, he's inching closer, and I think he needs to be a little bit careful because soon oh no, that's visible. That's visible. That's going to show up. That is going to show up on the mini-map for Genie. So if Genie is looking at his mini-map, he can see this. I don't think he's looking though. He will know about it now though. Out it comes. The cannon will hit that pretty quickly. He needs to focus down this. He needs to focus the Nidus and get rid of it. That would have been the key before any of this, before a lot of this stuff had come out. He didn't manage to do that though, and so everything is now out. This is going to be close. There are a lot of charge slots here to deal with these Zerglings, and they do well against them. The Immortals will do well against the Roaches, but these Hydras at the back are just pumping out power, and I think it's simply too much from the Zerg. Just too much Zerg is here. And this is going to be the end of this game. There are a reasonable number of gateways, but there is more than enough detection to deal with the DTs, and there is nothing that the Protoss player can do to stop this flood. That was a good play. The Nidus in the back, an excellent play. There was that opportunity for the cannon to focus it on. Unfortunately, the response wasn't there, or certainly not in time, and churning out zealots 1 or 2 at a time is just not going to do anything to stop this this Zerg army. So, 1 game apiece, leveling it. Radiowaves comes back, and we are 1 game all. Very nice indeed. Unfortunately, you might have to wait a little while for game 3. Because I've just noticed what time it is. It's much later than I thought, and I've got to go. So, GG.